You promised us the moon. Your hopes soon turned to fear when you sold us out so soon. We remember what you said. We remember what you did. We were all watching you. You spread your hate around, afraid to share your wealth. You brought us all down just to promote yourself. We remember what you said. We remember what you did. We were all watching you. I don't believe anything from the man who would be king. We remember what you said. We remember what you did. We were all watching you.
Hey everybody, it's me, your friendly neighborhood Doug. Hope y'all's doing good today. I'm doing pretty good. I've not streamed the last few days. Friday I had some work training, so I was gone all day Friday, and then yesterday I had a show in Cookeville at the library. They had a comic book appreciation thing they do every year, and a lot of local artists and people show up, and so I went to that. We've got Matthew Reese, Lorenzo Sleestack, and Sam in the chat this morning. I hope you guys are having a good day. Sam says he's on the train going home. Well, I hope you have a good train ride, buddy. I hope you other guys are having a good Sunday morning here. Matthew Reese says he likes the track. Well, that's one I did a while back. It's kind of about things going on in the indie comics realm, about a man who would be king, and he said a lot of things and went back on them and whatnot. So you take from that what you will, if you know what's going on, and you know, if you just like the song because it's a song, well, you know, there you go. But I had a good time in Cookeville, Tennessee, at the Comic Book Appreciation Show. Excuse me. I sold some books and met some really cool people, met some cool artists. I sat next to a guy who did graphic design and who had made a small comic, and he was really cool, really friendly, and it's always cool to hang out with people, you know. And I had people come up to me who were there last year when I was there. And when I was there last year, Lone Wolf wasn't finished. We were actually still trying to fund the book. We had just been on Indiegogo for maybe, you know, half of the campaign. And so they, you know, several people picked up the little ash cans I had. Well, they didn't back the Indiegogo, but they waited. They had subscribed to my mailing list, and they waited till I came back to the show this year, and they came and bought the books in person. And I thought that's really awesome. So I've got a table for OmniCon in March. So I've got that show coming up, and it's there in the same area. It's on the Tennessee Tech campus, and it started out as an anime show, and it's kind of grown. So they have comic books and all that other stuff. So, you know, I think it would be cool to get there amongst the college kids and most people that were there at the comic show, they were college age and they were very nice and very friendly, and it was a really good time. There was a lot of kids there. It's good seeing people appreciate this art form. You know, they say it's dying, but there's more kids into it now that I see than when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I got made fun of for reading comic books, and now it's cool. So it's hard for me to believe that it's in decline as much as they say. It's going to be in decline some because physical and digital. We're in a completely different age where digital sells a lot because people don't hoard up the comics, but they still want to read them. I do have a picture I'll share with you guys. Let me share my screen here. A lady she wanted to take my picture, so I let her take my picture. I took a couple of the variant covers, the extra ones I had to show off, and a couple of the posters. Uh, those are, if you back to Legends of Lone Wolf, most of you will be getting these. Uh, I had 3 or 4 extras I took with me just to show off. We got Ashton Jack on the chat. Hey, buddy. But yeah, see, I'm a library in front of a really nice little painting. Big, stupid, goofy me with my Lone Wolf shirt on and my hockey hat and my Lone Wolf. Sam, I didn't keep up with how many books I actually sold. I just had a huge, a huge stack of comics, and people just kept coming over and picking them up, and so I did pretty good. I have a whole wallet full of dollar bills. It seemed like everybody had just small bills, so. But I did get a square card reader to take with me, and nobody used the card, which was kind of weird. I almost never carry cash on me. And Sam says, getting out there in the real world, getting younger people than us into the hobby, it's needed badly. Yeah, I agree. And the thing I loved about this was there was parents whose children were there who loved to draw and make art, and they were making their own comics. There was a table up, like 3 or 4 tables up from me, and it was a dad who had moved here. He had moved here from Albania and brought his children, and his kids loved comic books, and he was really encouraging them in their art. And he had got them a table, and they were showing off their comic books, and they were just like probably 7, 8 years old, and they were getting advice from some of the older artists there, and I thought that was really cool. And I think there was another person there that made some books. I didn't really make the rounds. I talked to the people close in the vicinity with me, but I'm so backwards and awkward that I didn't get up and go make the rounds. But it was a good time, and I was only there 4 hours, but the 4 hours kind of flew by. So it was pretty cool. Sold a stack of books, had a good time, and so hopefully that'll work out good for me. I've been reading some articles here. I just pulled some stuff up, just trying to find something to talk about today. And we've got this right here. Let me share it. The Flash and Supergirl team up with the Legends of Tomorrow in Crisis on Infinite Earth set photo. I think this is probably going to be poop. I liked the Flash show when it first came out, and I watched it quite a bit, and it got really stupid. It was like every villain could beat him up at the start of the episode. Then there'd be a bunch of stuff about how he was in love with Iris, and then at the end of the episode he would fight and win. It's the same formula every week, and it was just really, really, really boring. And we all know the Supergirl is complete and utter garbage, and it's like its ratings are down so far it's not even funny. I also stopped watching Legends of Tomorrow after the first season. The first season was great, and they just kind of ruined it for me. But here we've got a set photo there of the Flash, and he's in a traditional looking costume. So I've not been watching it enough to know that. But I know one thing about this Crisis on Infinite Earth is that they've brought several of the old people that played Superman in. Brandon Routh is actually going to play Superman. I believe they've got Mark Hamill's actually showing up in this, and then we've got Kevin. What's his name? For some reason, I can't remember his name. He's the greatest Batman voice of all time. He's going to be playing an older Bruce Wayne in this. So I'm going to watch this. I don't expect it to be good, but it's going to have a cool cast, and I think it might be all right. So I'm going to check that out. What about you guys? What do you guys think? Yes or no? Maybe. Never. Matthew Reese says we had a 3-panel comic contest at our mini-con last weekend. It was a good time. 7 kids participated. That's awesome, man. I kind of thought about seeing if I couldn't set up something like that here in my small town, but I don't. I don't know if anybody would come from out of town or anything to this really tiny little place for no little to no money to have a comic book thing. I've almost thought about just getting a room at the library, using the conference room, and just setting up my books and just having people maybe come by and talk about writing and stuff like that. But once again, in my town, nobody's interested. They're not interested in music. They're not interested in books or anything. We've got a couple people here who have wrote books that have been published, and nobody cares. It's just ridiculous. If you don't chase a football, or you know, if you don't play on the football team or the basketball team at the high school, nobody gives a flip. We don't even have a marching band in my town anymore. They got rid of the band program because it was less important than the sports teams. Because, nobody in my high school that I know of has got a full ride scholarship because of their immaculate ball handling skills. I have seen people get scholarships because of music and because of band, but that's not important. So we cut that mess out. There's my little rant on that. But yeah, I probably will watch The Flash, Supergirl Legends tomorrow, Oliver Queen, Green Arrow, Bull Mess. So if I watch that, I'll let you know what I think. I still have a couple indie books that I need to read. That people were nice enough to send me that I want to talk about. But I've been so busy the last couple days I haven't had a chance to read them. Oh, it's been busy. It's been busy. Legends of Lone Wolf is wrapping up. People are finishing up pages. It's going to be awesome. Lone Wolf issue 2 is being penciled and inked right now. It's coming along great. I really want to get started on Psychotron soon, but I don't want to be one of those guys who have multiple campaigns. Even though it's against Indiegogo rules, but Indiegogo's letting it go because they're making money hand over fist. I don't want to get upside down and ruin my chances of making comics in the future by running multiple campaigns. And we kind of see, I honestly think a couple of these campaigns have been late because the people have squandered all the money they made and had to open a campaign just to fulfill the previous one. And I don't want to be like that. I think that's wrong. But that's just me. I don't know what you guys think. Let me scroll down here and see what's going on in the chat. I'm waiting on the guy to show up to finish working on my house today. You guys, a few of you might know, had some problems here in the house. Had a water leak, ruined half the house, and kind of been waiting to get that finished. The guy's supposed to show up, and I've not got any messages from him. It's been a week. I just need to show up one more time and finish up the bathroom so I can take a shower in my own house without having to walk to my mom and dad's. It's frustrating. But I mean, that's about all I got today. Not real talkative, just kind of feeling kind of sick today. Got some crap in my throat. It's freezing cold out here, so I don't want to stand here too long. But Legends of Lone Wolf is still up on Indiegogo. We're at $6,700. I've been ordering stuff, trying to get things together. Everything's coming together great. We should have this out before the end of the year. We had some things slow us down. Things happen, especially when you have this many teams working on it. This isn't just me and an artist And in the letter, this is me and several writers and several artists and a couple people helping us doing letters and other things. So there's a whole bunch of moving parts here, and we got slowed down a little bit, but I hope y'all enjoy this book. This is just pretty much indie comics. You know, you're going to see a bunch of random indie guys all coming together to make one awesome project. And I hope y'all. I know most of you support us, and we really appreciate it. If it looks like something you'd be into, go check it out. We got some really cool artwork here. This is from a story by Joey Tremblay and Jameson McCran, and this is some artwork from a story I wrote, and the art's by Marshall Lee. He's actually coloring this right now, and the colors on this are fantastic. Then we've got a couple of pages from Mior and Crypto Story, which is like 38, 39 pages, which in itself is more than a regular comic book. And there's the cover by Bruce Padnaw. And there's the Muttman variant for Lone Wolf issue 1. And the Jeff Lashley cover. Then we've got some artwork by J. Paul Sheik with a story written by Cal Jameson. And then we've got Jameson McCran's story. And I like the look of his, man. He penciled and inked it, then copied it, and then colored it with coloring pencil. So it's got this very distinctive look. But, I appreciate everybody for backing that. Yeah, this right here, LoneWolfLegends.com, you can pick the book up there. If you're in the Northwest, you can do the perk and pick up the book from Crypto himself. But I will see you all later. Hope you have a good day.